Ninja Shadow of Darkness is one of those games from my childhood that I remember, but not really. It's fuzzy, hazy, synonym. One of those memories you swear happened, but unsure. Did it happen? Was it real? Why am I so sore? I remember it being an isometric action game, and there's a purple ninja, but what else? Action combat, yeah, that checks out. Platforming, sure, okay. Giant enemy crabs, what the fuck?
So here's this giant enemy crab.
This game is hard. Harder than when you're walking down the street and someone else is walking towards you, but you're unsure, like, do I make eye contact? Say hi? Is it weird? Am I making it weird? I'm joking, of course. We don't go outside. No time, because we're about to play Ninja Shadow of Darkness.
I want to be ninja.
Giving me nostalgic flashbacks, we awaken alone in the forest. How'd we get here? Who are we? What's our motivation? No idea. The game's got no opening cutscene. Nothing. Not even a text dump. It's nostalgic like that. Square to punch, circle to kick, X to jump, and triangle to throw knives. Wait, knives? Not shurikens? You know, throwing stars? Like the ninja weapon? Whatever, doesn't matter, because I'll forget I have these and never use them anyway. I travel down and run into a chest and some bunnies. What's inside the chest? Gold. What do you use gold for? We'll find out later. There's also bad guys. Actually, I don't know if they're bad guys. We kinda just roll up on them and start beating the crap out of them. Combat is okay, but super simple. You string together combos, but only a punch combo, a kick combo, or a punch kick combo. That's about it. Combat's not very good, at least so far. I'm being a bit harsh, because there's one thing this game has in spades, and that's variety. But we'll get to that. Further down the path are stacked logs and lumberjack enemies. Thankfully, my ninja face mask hides my blushing face, because these dudes are jacked. Some might say they're lumberjacked. We like to have fun here. 10 out of 10 puns aside, I do love how it's still the first mission, and we're like 5 minutes in, and we already have 2 enemy types that are wildly different from each other. I also love how they flash out of existence when defeated. That unironically is super retro, and I always enjoy seeing it in games. But what's this? A trap. Like my hard drive, this game has plenty of traps. So it's not just a combat game, there's also traps to look out for too. As you progress through the levels, you'll run into locked gates. Remember those chests from earlier? Well, you can often find keys in them to unlock these gates. As you continue pressing forward, you'll occasionally run into these fans that act as checkpoints in case we die. Which we will, a lot. Because like I said, to say this game's hard is an understatement. You thought Dark Souls was hard? Ha, coward, idiot, fool. Beat Ninja Shadow of Darkness and get back to me, sweetie. I'm not joking, by the way. This game is such a perfect challenge game. I'm really surprised it's not popular as like a streaming or content game. I'll show you what I mean in a bit, because now we come face to face with giant swinging blades. Why are they here? How are they powered? No clue. They're not hard to get past though, so no big deal. You can also find stars in chests sometimes, which increases your score, top left of the screen. Now what does score do? Nothing, I think. But wait, it gets even more platformy, because there's rolling logs, crushing boulders, and even a new enemy type. Girl ninjas. Awooga. Does anyone say awooga anymore? Did anyone ever say awooga? Or was that just like a Bugs Bunny thing? Okay, so just to recap already, we have 3 enemy types and like 6 different traps, all within the first 10 minutes of playing, which to me is super impressive. I wasn't lying when I said this game's got variety, but you ain't seen nothing yet. I mean that literally, because up next is water, and I can't see shit. Also, there's giant enemy crabs. I don't know how to kill them either. Thankfully, you have 2 special abilities, a lightning blast and a 360 shuriken throw. Now, I tried a bunch of different things, and I think using one of the 2 special abilities is the only way how to beat the enemy crabs. I tried punching, kicking, jump attacking. Nothing seems to work, so I don't know. There's also jumping fish here and moving platforms just below the water surface. Also, can we take a minute just to appreciate all the details? There's lots of variety, sure, but there's also just random animals and effects going on. There's bunnies, birds, squirrels, and now fish. See you later, Ninja Shadow of Darkness, and thanks for all the fish. The game also looks fantastic. I love the low poly crisp look to it. To be honest, it's kind of my ideal looking retro game. I'd put a ring on this ninja if I could find them, but I can't because they're a ninja. Get it? I'm running out of steam on my jokes. Yeah, I should just cut this. But no worries because there's a waterfall. And yes, there is something behind it. Not just something, but it's actually the key we need to progress. And this is where we're greeted by a new enemy type, green ninjas. The enemies are becoming kinda samey, like they look different, and I guess they do have different movesets, but they're not that different. They don't require a different gameplay strategy or anything like that. But even while I start bashing the game, it hands us a katana. And it's kind of weird, or it just feels weird to point it out, but the way he holds it is kind of cool and interesting. I've never seen that in a game. It increases our melee damage, but otherwise you're still just smacking guys. But the level's slowly changing because it's raining now, and there's even dodgeable lightning strikes. What the hell? I'm having Final Fantasy X flashbacks. Even God wants us to die. But the traps don't end there, because there's also falling trees. Keep in mind, this is still just the first level. And they kill you in one hit? What the hell? I mean, it's realistic, but still, fuck me. After the falling trees, the lightning strikes, the giant enemy crabs, we finally reach the boss, and there's an honest-to-goodness cutscene. Still no story, though. Now, I've been praising this game for the most part, but this boss, this friggin' demon boss guy, it's so bad. It gives the infested helicopter from Devil May Cry 2 a run for its money. It has a jump attack and a tail slash, but you don't really need to worry about that. All you need to do is circle it counterclockwise and give it little jabs. This takes a long time because this dude is an insane bullet sponge. Or damage sponge, you know what I mean. But look at the health bar go, or not go in this case, so we're gonna speed this up. And with his defeat, we get a bunch of money and complete level 1. What's at the end of level 1? Well, a shop. Finally a place to spend all that money we earned. Well, actually, we didn't earn that much, because I died a bunch, and when you die, you lose it all. This game loves kicking you when you're down. Anyway, what can you buy? Well, you can buy health packs, which don't really heal that much. You can buy an ultimate sword, which I can't afford, and you can buy a mystery item. We have enough money, so let's get the mystery item. What's inside? 500 points. Again, what do you do with points? I don't think they do anything. So, yeah, I want to stick my head in a microwave. Anyway, you can save here too. The game uses manual save system because it's a PlayStation game, so just keep that in mind. Moving on to level number 2. Oh my god, what is that? Why is his breast a purple dinosaur head thing shooting laser beam? I'm very confused. Yeah, I don't have any commentary for this part. It's just, this is the loading screen. Maybe it's an enemy coming up? I don't know. I think that's enough ninja for now. I will give a slight sneak peek and say that level 2 is just as unhinged as level 1. The PlayStation really is capable of producing mind-boggling effects. So if this looks like your type of game, I actually unironically, not even joking, highly recommend it. Yes, it's super hard, but it's not really impossible from what I've played, and I wouldn't call it unfair either. Give it a shot, and of course consider subscribing if you've made it this far. Thank you so much for watching. See ya!